This is My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and what I'm going to do first is show you some of the techniques we're going to use to learn the song before we go ahead and actually learn the intro to it. The first one being the octave. And the way we're going to approach this one is use our first finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string and our third finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Now while we're doing this, we're going to be muting the 4th string. So when we pick through the strings, we're only going to hear the 5th string and 3rd string. We're not going to hear the 4th string note. And this is the part in the song where he slides up, like so. Next thing is the power chord. Now the power chord is a movable chord shape. Notice how I maintain the same finger shape here, but I just move it around the guitar. And the way we're going to approach that one is we're going to use our first finger on the 7th fret of the 6th string, our third finger on the 9th fret of the 5th string, and our pinky on the 9th fret of the 4th string. So it's going to look something like this and sound like that. And in the case of this song, we move it from the 7th fret to the 5th fret. Again, that's 7th fret to 5th fret. So when we put it all together, we get this. And there's our intro to the song. What I'm going to do next is play it along with the music for you so that you can see what it looks like when it's... So there it is in the context of the song. One final note, you kind of notice that these are staccato notes, meaning short. And the way we achieve that is we bounce our fingers off the strings like so. You can see my index finger and third finger kind of popping up and down off the strings so that the notes don't sustain. They're very short little notes like this. So if you've got all that covered, you're ready to start playing the intro and maybe even playing along with the recording. Let's move along to the rhythm guitar for the intro and the verse. Okay, this is the rhythm guitar to the intro and also the guitar underneath the verse of My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. And what I'm going to do is show you a couple chords to it first, and then we'll play along with the music. The first one being an E shape here. And the way I'm achieving this one is I use my index finger on both the 5th string and 4th strings, barring them, and strumming only the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. Just like that. Then we're going to use our power chord that we learned earlier, except now it's going to be bounced over here, so our root is on the 5th string. The fingering here is first finger, 5th string, 2nd fret, and then third and pinky on 4th string and 3rd strings. And we're going to strum only those 3 strings. And the chord after that is going to be an A chord, which is real similar to our E chord we saw here, except we just move our finger, drop it down one set of strings, so our index finger is barring the 4th string and 3rd string. And we're going to strum just those 3 strings. And what it's going to look like in the context of the song is this. And the strum I'm using there is I'm going down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, B, A. So we have down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, B, A. And it's real important that you start this one on an upstroke here, because in the recording, you hear these 2 strings first. It's real subtle, you have to listen to it really closely, but it gives it more of a bouncy sound. And also in between each sequence of notes, we're going to mute the last chord. so the sound is cut off. And the way I'm achieving that is using my middle finger here to kind of drop over the strings and mute the strings, and at the same time I'm using the heel of my right hand to stop the strings over here. Okay, this is the chorus for My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and we're going to have one new chord in this one. It's a power chord. Same chord we learned up here on the 7th fret, except this time we're going to utilize it on the 2nd fret with our root on the 6th string. Just like that. And here, our move is going to go from E to F sharp to A to B. E, F sharp, A, B. And that's going to be our chorus chord progression. Now, in this case, there is a strum to it. It's going to go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. And that should sound a little bit familiar to you. It should sound just like the chorus. Alright, so there's our chorus. There's also a second guitar in the chorus, which we'll cover next. And that one has a bit of a lead guitar feel. It's kind of way back in the mix, so it's hard to hear, but it is in there. So we're going to cover that so we can cover every bit of the song. Alright, this is the second guitar in the chorus. Okay, so hopefully you caught how that fits in. This one starts with our index finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string and our 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string. And we end up with a chord like that. Now, during the song, he kind of splits up the chord, improvising the notes. And you can listen real close to see how they're split. And after doing that for a little bit, it moves your index finger up to 7th fret on the 2nd string, and you want to listen really close to the recording for that move. And then 9th and 10th all on the same string. So we have this. And I believe the words that he speaks when the chord moves is came into the window. And that wasn't very effective. Let me do that again and speak the words correctly. Okay, it's like, tell me why my car is in the front yard and I'm sleeping with my clothes on. I came in through the window last night and you're gone. And as you see, I'm not the best vocalist, but I think I got my point across. Those are the words that occur in the song where you switch your fingers from the chord to single notes. Alright, next up is the solo. Let's go ahead and hit that. Alright, this is the solo to My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and in this segment we're going to use the same octave sequence, same idea that we learned in the intro, and he's going to slide it into the solo just like this. Except instead of going down to here, we're going to move up to 9th fret, so we have this. And I'm going to slow this down for you after we play it along with the music so you can catch it a little more thoroughly. But for now, I'm just kind of running through it for you. After that, we're going to go from 9th to 11th. up on 12, and then from there we're going to do a little slide sequence that goes as high as the 16th fret. It's going to look like this. Which we will go over note for note in just a minute. And as I implied earlier, we're going to start with our first riff like this. Slide it up to 9th, and then we're going to repeat that. Then we're going to use 9 to 11 for our next sequence. Move to 12th. Now here's what our slide sequence looks like. We're going to go 12 to 14 and hit that 3 times. Slide to 16th. 3 times, slide back down to 14th. Twice of those. Slide down to 12th. And then my last slide is between the 11th and 12th. So when we put the whole thing, it looks together, it looks like this. And from there, it's back into our next chorus riff. So there we go. There's all the parts to the song. Let's go ahead now and put them all together. By the way, the end is the same as the beginning. The end riff is the same as the intro. So when you get to the end, you're just going to hold that note for a couple seconds longer than you usually would, and you'll hear all the music cut out. So basically, we've got all the parts we need to work with here. We just need to put them all together. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you now by playing along with the whole song.